Welcome back to the AnimeVerse Recap channel. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and hit the notification bell to support me. Today, I will continue to recap the Wano arc from episode 897 to 902 in one piece with the journey to rescue Otama. Let's get started. Episode 897. The old man helps Luffy change clothes to avoid being suspected of being a foreigner coming here. He will carry Otama to the nearest town to find a doctor. By the way, he found a good sword, so he asked to bring it along. But wait, does this Straw Hat Devil know how to use a sword? I really doubt humanity. Ignoring people's warnings about the curse on the sword, he carried Tama and the sword and ran to find someone to heal him. Komichio also appeared and took both of them to the nearest town. When Otama woke up, she still couldn't believe that Ace was dead. They promised each other that when Otama grew up and became a sexy ninja, Ace would take her to the sea with his crew. But the promise was not fulfilled, and he was no longer there. Coming out of the forest, the land out here was indeed so barren that it was impossible to live. It was nothing more than a dead land. It was all Kaido's doing. The Shogun and Kaido had farms that were not polluted. Because of that, they had clean water and quality food to feed their troops. After being wanted, Zoro wandered here to eat monsters to survive. He accidentally helped a woman named Osuru escape from the soldiers' pursuit. Zoro was not a good person to save people, because he found the soldiers' wine bottle too delicious. Here Luffy met his first friend. They flew over and hugged each other after many days of meeting again, as if they were lovers. At the same time, a commander of Kaido's wild beast pirate crew came to chase and capture the wanted criminal Zoro. He was Basil Hawking, who chose to obey the four emperors to survive. Episode 898. As soon as Zoro saw the sword it pulled out, he wanted to try it, but he already had three and was looking for a new one. Luffy didn't let him, so he just held the sword and rushed into the battle with the sword. But when he attacked, he punched people. He was just holding the sword for fun. No wonder he was so angry. The two of them worked together to defeat almost all of Hawking's henchmen. Zoro's sword energy hit the mage directly, but just like the previous time at Sabaudi when Hawking was attacked by Admiral Kizaru, all the attacks were transferred to someone else. Every time like that, a dummy will fall out of Hawking's body. He can keep the dummy inside his body with the Wara no Mi Fruit's ability. The more he holds, the more he can die without any effect. Then he summons the Giant Straw with the power to shoot out from his straw sword. A tarot card game begins. When the clown card is revealed, and the card is reversed, this is the card that indicates internal discord. It causes some of his men to attack each other. Consider the first card unlucky. The next card the magician draws is the High Priest, and when reversed it causes Hawking's Straw Giant to become larger and stronger. Then he chases the enemy. Before that, Komichio carried Luffy and Zoro to run away because Otama's condition was critical and could not be held here any longer. They needed to quickly find a doctor. Episode 899. Hawking is a confident long-range fighter. He controls his puppet to attack according to his movements. Zoro uses his sword to follow the force to deflect the puppet's attack. Its impact is so strong that even Komichio cannot stand firmly because Zoro is standing on its body to block the attack. Until Zoro increases the muscles on both arms, he can push it away. Its claws are all cut off. When the puppet tries to sneak attack Luffy, Zoro immediately blocks it and then cuts off its arm. All of those attacks directly affected Hawking's body. However, the dummy took the hit for him by sacrificing the subordinates beside him. The twin swords Nagiri Tower Climb Ripple successfully cut the giant straw doll in half, ending the battle here. The next card Hawking drew was the Priest. This showed that someone would help Luffy and Zoro escape safely, and that was the woman from earlier, Otsuru, the owner of a tea shop living in the Kuri region of the Wano Kingdom. She showed them the way to Okobori town, so she could cure Otama, because there they had a herb that could cure all poisons from the river. Meanwhile, in Okobori, the tea shop girl Okiku was being propositioned by Orishima, a famous wrestler in the capital. He wanted to propose to take this girl as his wife, but when Luffy's group arrived, looking at Zoro's scary eyes that just flashed, this guy immediately turned around and left. From afar, Pebble's group saw Luffy coming and reported the news to their captain. Episode 900. After drinking the decoction from the devil grass, Otama's condition gradually recovered. The owner, Otsuro, also gave her a bowl of red bean porridge. She had to use her voice to scold her to eat it because Otama felt that she owed her too much. And her tears fell when she was able to eat such delicious food for the first time. Remembering the old blacksmith's words, it was just a normal bowl of porridge, but Otama was so happy. It can be seen that it had been too long since the little girl knew what delicious food was. Even Mrs. Otsuro burst into tears when she saw the little girl happy to eat like that. It's also because of Kaido that in Wano land, there are still many children like Otama who don't have enough to eat and live in material and spiritual deprivation. When the owner asked his name, Zoro turned around and glared at Luffy, blocking his mouth so that his mouth wouldn't talk nonsense and cause trouble because right now they still don't know if Otsuro is Kaido's person or not. So Zoro gave that idiot the name Luffy Taro, and with the way they talked, people immediately knew they were from another place. However, she also promised that she wouldn't tell anyone about them. The people living in Okobori lived on leftovers from other towns. On top of this mountain, there used to be a castle called Odin. It's been 20 years. The Kozuki clan has led Wano for a very long time. The farm that Odin created runs down the mountain to help the people of Kuri have delicious food. But now Orochi and Kaido have monopolized the kingdom's food. Hearing someone bad-mouthing Orochi, the bat henchman shot an arrow in Otsuru's direction, and Zoro blocked it. Taking advantage of the moment when Luffy and Zoro were dodging the arrows shot by the bat, another guy grabbed Tama and ran away. He was confident that he was the fastest runner at 200 kilometers per hour. Episode 901. Okiku saw that and immediately went into the shop to get his sword and chased after her with Komichio. It seemed that she was also a samurai. Zoro clung to Luffy, and both of them jumped on the lion dog to chase after the kidnapper. Too angry when the bat shot an arrow to block, Luffy rushed up and punched him straight, but this bat did not get that punch and threw Luffy back down below. When he saw that his teammates had run far enough, he also retreated. Central Town was where they would go to find Tama based on the direction the kidnapper ran. There were 3 leaders there. 1 was Hawkins, 2 was Hold'em, 3 was Speed. Nearby were 30 elite soldiers with different abilities due to absorbing artificial smile fruits. The Antelope reported the plan to Hold'em. Their purpose in kidnapping Tama was because of her taming ability. This was a very prosperous city in Kuri. In Chinese, it was called Bakura. Otama was captured and brought to Hold'em's territory. This guy ate the Smile Lion, which allowed him to create a lion's head, front legs at the waist, and a tail at the back. He called the lion Kamijiro. Looking at this guy, he looks like a centaur, but this time he's probably a sphinx. He looks so vulgar. The problem is that the lion and Hold'em have 2 separate streams of thought, and when one is in pain, the other is in pain too. Before, the old blacksmith told the girl to hide her strength, so now when being interrogated, Tama can only tremble and ask for help from Aniki when Hold'em is about to torture her cheek. Because before, his subordinates saw her take something out of her cheek to feed the monkey Hihimaro. Episode 902. 20 years ago, Bakura Town was a bustling capital until Orochi's subordinates came and occupied every house they liked except for the merchants who were deemed necessary. The rest were expelled from here. Inside was a wrestling competition being held, and one by one every challenger was knocked out of the ring by Urashima. When he saw Okiku, Urashima did not hesitate to question her because he thought she came to cheer for him. The Sais immediately came to capture the beauty for their boss, but were defeated by Luffy and Zoro. Okiku was also controlled, but after observing, Zoro decided not to help at all. Just now, this girl claimed to be a samurai, so stop hiding her strength and show it off. Immediately, the tea shop waitress showed her strength when she quickly jumped up and slashed off Urashima's hair right when he was about to rush to hug her. Having fun, Luffy also took off his shirt and rushed up to block his swing. A wrestling match was about to take place. That's all the tense events from 897 to 902. The journey to save Tama has just begun, and there are still countless powerful enemies waiting ahead. If you like this kind of quick, concise, engaging recap, remember to like and follow the channel to watch the next part. See you in the next episode.